this hour, we are going to talk about books to business. Because once you become an author, it's just starting. If you heard these other authors just now talk about all the different opportunities that have come from writing a book, um, the experiences that they've had, the partnerships they've built, people hiring them to speak and go to conference. Well, they're all, most of the conferences now are virtual, but speaking at conferences in different places. And so you really need to understand that becoming an author is a business. You are now a business man, as Jay-Z says. Yeah, can I just do one thing without quoting Jay-Z? Probably not, but okay. Darren Palmer, I will let him do his own introduction too, but he is the founder of Self Publish in 30 Days. He is my publisher. We've published 7 books together. We keep going. We're going to do a lot more. I think I committed to him that I would do a book a year, and I did do a couple of ebooks, but I did definitely on path for that book a year, and I already have the topic for the next book, Darren. So I'm ready.
I love it.
Yeah. But Darren, introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, Joyce, for that warm introduction. But just for me to elaborate a little bit more, I am Darren M. Palmer, Chief Book Officer of the #1 self-publishing company in the world, Self Publish in 30 Days, where we serve business owners and leaders by being a one-stop shop for all their publishing needs, and not just uploading content on KDP or Barnes and Nobles, but we actually give them strategies how they use the book as an appetizer that leads to their business, which is the main course. So that's what we do with the term we coined book to business.
So if you had to tell someone, first of all, just like top 3 things that they need to be prepared for in marketing themselves as an author, what would that be? What would that look like?
The first thing I would say is just one of the tips that we share with those who are working. For one, get around the right people. And like this workshop, the aspiring author workshop that you're conducting, because, applied knowledge, but you got to get the knowledge first. But applied knowledge is power. But you can have knowledge and not apply it. But your faith is stimulated when you get around others who are doing it, and you see that, hey, they have a life just like me. They have responsibilities just like me. So I start there with the belief system first, because it doesn't matter what we share with you if you're not able to believe it. And I believe in the law of proximity. When you're around like-minded people, it allows for a synergy to come across that allows for you to do things that you wouldn't have never done before. So this type of workshop is something that I would say start off with first. The next thing I would look at is when you get that information, take the next step, actually invest in yourself. And because I find that people are more productive when they actually invest. Now I know some like, well, Darren, you say this. I used to think that it was false. I thought it was a bogus report myself, Joyce, when someone told me that back in the day until my mind changed. And I have the proof. I have the data. People who invest in themselves produce because it becomes a sense of it's serious. It's important now because most people aren't just throwing money out the door, giving cash away or whatnot. So if they give those dollars, that investment to someone, they're more likely to move forward on what they need to do. So you might not feel like writing, but you're going to write because you know that you've already invested. Now, if you haven't invested and you don't feel like writing, you know what? I'm good. I need to rest. I need self-care. We start telling ourselves all these things. Not saying self-care isn't important, but you got to know the difference between the thin line between self-care and excuses. So there's a difference. And then the next thing is, as far as a step when it comes to promotion, when you're working with people, especially like our company, we believe in promoting the book. See, pros get paid while they work on the book. Rookies don't. So the rookie mistake is you're writing like you're in class or you're writing for your professor when you was in college. So you're trying to create the content and you, once again, you left to your own thoughts. So you haven't done it before. So what you think is right could be wrong. And that mistake is you're creating the manuscript and you wait until you're done and then you're going to find a publisher. You need to do the polar opposite. You need to do a 180. You need to pivot and turn because you need, while you're working on the book, to have the cover design and have pre-orders in advance, because that allows for you to also be able to fund the project, but it also allows for you to be able to have organic marketing. Now you are creating, building rapport, creating a relationship with your ideal client, or those who are purchasing your book. They don't want a book just come out and you say, I got a book. It's a courtship. As my grandmother, those, as you can't tell, I got a southern drawl like Tim McGraw. You're coding. You're coding. That's not proper English or whatnot, but you're coding, what some of the more seasoned people would tell you. But you create a courtship with those who you're working with. Now they want to be with you through the process. And after the book is done, they actually even tell more people about it. They'll write reviews for you. And also they purchase more books at a book launch, as Joyce can attest to.
Yes. And then that other part, when we get back to the book to business, having that book at the back of the room, and my coach, Walter Bond, he was a former NBA player turned speaker. He earns millions of dollars a year speaking. And he says, that there were years when he earned more money at the back of the room selling his book and his tapes than he did up front. And so he just recommended, if anyone on the call didn't have an LLC or a DBA, which basically means you haven't set up your business, you need to set up yourself and operate as a business. You need to go get a doing business as, or an LLC, talk to your accountant or someone and figure out what's going to be the best way for you to set that business up. But understand that once you become an author, you will have opportunities that you haven't thought of. People are naturally going to say, well, I want you to speak about your story. I want you to share your story. I want you to inspire this group of people, or they may want to, like the collaboration a doctor had, may want to get together and write something together, create something together. And you need to be able to have, you should have your, a go-to attorney and a go-to accountant to help out with those things, because the opportunities will come. Because once you become an author and you write a book, it is a business. And so I really want people to understand that. And that's why we're even having this conversation with Darren, so that he can share the opportunities. He's, his company is number one in self-publishing. So he sees a lot of different people, a lot of different books every month, every day. And so he could be able to share these stories with us. And, but again, I recommend setting your business up even before you finish your book, in some capacity. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to do it. But again, invest in yourself so that you can be prepared when these things happen, that you're not signing on to documents and things with your personal name and putting your personal brand and family at risk, but you have established yourself as a business. Darren, anything that you want to add to that particular statement, that piece of it, of setting up the business?
Yeah, I definitely believe in, setting something up. And like you brought up earlier, Joy, as far as, if it's something just as, like I said, I'm not your accountant, talk to your tax professional or whatnot, or your lawyer, but and just common terms of language. Definitely, if it's just something simple as a DBA, just doing business as, I mean, that's less. I know, especially in Texas, I think the last time I checked, I think it's less than $50 to do that, maybe 20 some dollars. Yeah, to be able to get that done or whatnot at your county clerk or district clerk, 16, so these aren't things that you can't do. So I mean, I don't want nobody to get mad at me, but I mean, some of us, I'm gonna put us together. Some of us got purses that's more than that. Some of us got shoes or blazers more than that. So I mean, when you look at it, it's just, the price of doing business. And so you want to look at being professional. And we got a gentleman right now we doing some work for. He's over like $1 billion company, and he's got another business partner that he's working with. But they're doing the same thing. They're doing. They're already authors, but they're even going the self-publishing route, because they reached out to our company to be able to help assist them, because they're doing some stuff with merging their business. One guy's buying the other guy's business, and they're still utilizing this. So this process that I'm telling you and that Joyce is bringing to you, so I want to just say kudos once again, Joyce, to you and your team for bringing this information. Because for those who are here, this is what billionaires, hectomillionaires are doing. So we're not telling you something that's false or bogus. So why not learn from that and set yourself up so professionally and get it the right way and have people not just upload it like some these places are telling you to do and have it professionally done, but where you're able to come in and get under umbrella with a network of individuals by getting the book done in a co-authoring program. That's the gift that's going to keep on giving. You're still able to sell the books at the back of the room, and all you had to do was create one chapter. You don't have time for one chapter. That investment you're saving, and you still gonna make that. You got it for a lifetime and more. So that's another great way too, is with a co-authoring project. So that's
Yeah.
why I can walk the way I walk, because I know who blessing me. So when I go in the room and speak in New York or LA, they bring me in to speak. But I run a publishing company. You would think that guy's running a publishing company, that country, he running a publishing company. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when you know what you're anointed to do and you have a heart for the people the size of Texas, it doesn't even matter, because the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. And I'm gonna let y'all go with that. I can't give y'all too much of this Southern game on here right now. It's too much. Too much. It's about to explode.
Why, thank you, Darren, for giving us a Southern game. But I want to be respectful of you guys' time. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. To our co-authors who have already signed up for the program, the co-authoring program, get to writing. Look forward to my next call with you guys. And for those of you who are interested in becoming a co-author, go to my website, www.iamjoycejohnson.com. Go to co-authoring. You can sign up there. You can set a time to talk to me about the co-authoring program as well. I hope this has been beneficial to you and a great learning experience. You can find me, again, as I said, on my website, I am Joyce Johnson, iamjoycejohnson.com. I'm on social media. I'm on Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Did I miss any? And all as I am Joyce Johnson. And then I am forever on LinkedIn. So reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. As I say, make it a great day.